Hi everyone. Saying rare cars seems surprising, doesn't it? Is it the fact that only a few of a particular model were ever manufactured? Or is it the price tag? Today, we are discussing the rarest hypercars in the world. Imagine having number one on our list. That's the best that any car lover will imagine. So, let's drive straight in. Number 10. Lamborghini Centenario. Take, for example, an Aventador supercar. Turn up the wick on its 6.5-liter V12 engine to record heights, and give it a show-stopping bare carbon fiber exterior for higher aerodynamic efficiency than any series production vehicle. Lamborghini named it in honor of the 100th anniversary of the birth of business founder Ferruccio Lamborghini, and now you have the Centenario. Lamborghini debuted the automobile at the 2016 Geneva Motor Show, stating that it will only manufacture 40 units for $1.6 million apiece. We've just cycled in it so far for a brief but brutal blast up the famed Goodwood Festival of Speed Hill Climb. But what a thrilling journey that was. Number 9. Pagani Huayra. The Huayra, the Modena company's most current offering, was unveiled in 2012, back when 720 brake horsepower and 738 pounds per square foot sounded like quite absurd levels of power and torque to try to put through one driven axle in a road car. The Huayra, powered by twin turbocharged 6.0-liter V12 from Mercedes-AMG, proved to be a physically taxing driver's car from the old school, with handling that demanded respect and every shred of your focus if you venture to remove the stability aids. But it's also incredibly conversational and honest. It's so rich, deep, and unique to drive at nearly any speed that it's addicting. Number 8. Aston Martin Vulcan. When hypercars go overboard, they do so in style, and Aston Martin Vulcan is no exception. This 820 brake horsepower track-only carbon-tubed hypercar, built from an Aston Martin 177 chassis and engine, produces 118 decibels of exhaust noise, more than enough to earn it an automatic black flag on particularly every track day in the UK. Baffled, those same exhaust pipes have been reduced to 103 decibels, which would barely squeak under some noise requirements, but only while the car's mufflers can survive the force of the exhaust gases. Number 7. Koenigsegg 1-1. When it comes to explaining the quickest object to come out of Ängelholm, Sweden that does not feature jet engines or air-to-air missiles, figures speak eloquently. The Koenigsegg 1-1 is valued at $2 million. Its turbocharged ethanol-fueled V8 produces over 1,300 brake horsepower. According to its manufacturer, it is capable of reaching 250 miles from rest in less than 20 seconds under ideal conditions. Despite this, it is simpler to drive at moderate speeds than our tester imagined, with plenty of torque available off boost, though the action of automated twin-clutch transmission takes some getting used to. By comparison, the 1-1 is a true white-knuckled ride as you push the accelerator pedal to the floor and listen to those turbochargers spool up, sending increased quantities of energy to a set of rear wheels that can run out of traction even at higher ratios. Number 6. Porsche 918 Spyder. Carrying heavier and more powerful electric motors as well as more battery capacity than either of its hypercar rivals from Ferrari or McLaren, the Porsche 918 Spyder made more use of its 21st century zero emissions technology and had a breadth of appeal as a driver's car that neither could quite match. This car can travel for roughly 15 miles on electric power alone before needing to be recharged at home to do it all over again. It's hardly more difficult to drive than the 718 Boxster in typical Porsche supercar form, plus it's convertible. It also sports a naturally aspirated V8 engine derived from motorsport that revs up to 9,000 RPM and makes the car both harsh and exhilarating in full bore mode. There's also four-wheel drive and over 900 pounds per foot of torque, allowing the 918 Spyder to accelerate from rest with ferocity. And while it's weighty, it's a beast on the proper type of track. It's the former holder out of our dry handling track lap record, no less, and the demolisher of the McLaren's P1's reputation. It can't quite take your breath away like the LaFerrari, and it can't make you feel like a Le Mans qualifier like the P1, but the 918's feat was just as spectacular in its own right. Number 5. Bugatti Chiron. Bugatti, the prized brand of the Volkswagen Group, made history in 2005 when it delivered the world's fastest production automobile. The W16 powered 987 brake horsepower four-wheel drive Veyron surpassed the 250 miles per hour milestone, but it couldn't and wouldn't always be regarded as the ultimate performance vehicle. In 2016, the Chiron enters the picture. Whereas the Veyron had an aluminum space frame, the Chiron has a lighter carbon fiber monocoque. Whereas the Veyron stopped short of 1200 brake horsepower in its later variants, the Chiron raises that amount to nearly 1500. Whereas the Veyron left Bugatti's highest speed yardstick at 268 miles per hour, the Chiron, in 1578 brake horsepower sport guise, has moved what has become an increasingly fiercely disputed world production car speed record up past the 300 mile per hour mark, where it now stands at 304.7 miles per hour. And if you want a hypercar that will allow you to smash records, this one's for you. Bugatti's more fiercely blown 16-cylinder engine has some turbo lag to contend with and isn't the sweetest sounding of Leviathan lumps, but more departing hovercraft or express train than automobile. But when it starts to swell, it knows no restraint. Number 4. Lotus Evija. Electric hypercars will always be contentious when competing with the world's highest revving, noisiest, fastest, and most dramatic combustion engines performance cars. But they are unquestionably on their way to capturing this niche through force of instant walloping vector per corner torque. The only example we've done more than ride in this magnificent Lotus Evija, which our guy Mike Duff rode in prototype form around Lotus's test circle in Heathrow. Whether it's electric or not, this car's crucial statistics leave nothing to chance. It weighs 1700 kilograms due to its 70k watt drive battery and the quartet of drive motors, but it also produces 2000 metric horsepower at max, runs on Pirelli P0 Trofeo R tires, and promises to be capable of 0 to 186 miles per hour in 9 seconds, more than 4 seconds faster than the Bugatti's incredible Chiron. Number 3. McLaren Senna. Invoking the memory of such a brilliant, much-missed guy as Ayrton Senna, and then utilizing it to achieve something as corporate as selling a new automobile was McLaren's idea to use Ayrton's name. Chances are that you already have an opinion about it, and for diverse reasons, whether you like the concept of the car or the car's blatant function over the design. But don't rule out the potential that a ride in this magnificent Senna hypercar is the quickest, most advanced, most exhilarating, and most purposeful road-legal track car its creator could create, and will change your opinion. The Senna is a car with genuine track prowess. Even though it is not the most powerful car to have driven our dry handling circuit, it has such extraordinary stores of grip that when we road tested it in 2018, it destroyed our dry handling track lap record by a full second and a half. Number 2. McLaren P1. McLaren Automotive's first Ultimate Series car had to follow in the footsteps of the company's renowned and celebrated F1, which established the brand a global reputation all on its own. McLaren resisted the temptation to make the P1 a modern-day replica of the F1, instead opting for a 903 brake horsepower hybrid electric powertrain, a 2-seat interior, cutting-edge suspension technology, lightweight construction, and competition-grade aerodynamics to deliver the fastest, most focused, and most exciting performance car it could imagine. Fit for equally unprecedented thrills on both road and track, the P1's specific delights make it extraordinarily quick and purposeful at speed, capable of being tested and rewarding its driver to a level that only race car drivers normally experience. Number 1. Ferrari LaFerrari. Ferrari's next top-of-the-line hypercar is nothing less than the finest, most astounding achievement in performance car history. Ferrari claims that the car accelerates from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.4 seconds, and from 0 to 186 miles in 15 seconds. Despite its enormous horsepower and mind-boggling mechanical sophistication, the LaFerrari has remarkably aimable and exploitable limit handling traits that make it far more approachable and pleasurable to drive on a circuit than you'd ever anticipate. Ferrari charged more than $1 million for each car, and the last was produced in 2015, and have so far only succeeded with the FXXK Track Special and the LaFerrari Aperta convertible. The LaFerrari is a monument to everything Ferrari does extremely well, and it remains our unquestionable hypercar standard bearer. So how rare these supercars are is not only determined by price, qualities, and design, but also the quantity the brand decides to produce. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the channel, and remember to hit the bell icon so you have access to our unlimited videos and be notified when we release a new video.